What is going on, guys? SlickB here, and today we're here with the RU251. Now, yesterday I made a Leopard video, Hesh only. It was late. I wanted to make a video. People love the Leopard. That video has way more likes than most of my videos as of late, regardless of first day and whatnot. It has a ton of views. People love the Leopard. I got a lot of comments in that video. Slick, RU251, how do you use the RU251? Use the RU251 Hesh only. Why would you not use the RU251 Hesh? I'm having trouble with the RU251 Hesh. So I'm here to answer some questions. First off, the RU251 isn't a 6.7 tank. It's an 8.0 tank. It doesn't fit into the 6.7 meta like a lot of people want it to. It is the only tank in that BR for the Germans that is fast, maneuverable, can get to cap points, can snipe like that, and has little armor. I mean, if you look at the rest of the 6.7 lineup for Germany, right? We have Tiger 2s, which are, you know, big, slow in comparison to the RU251. We have, that's it. Yeah, and the Quellion. I mean, I guess you could say if you go to 7.0 maybe, you have the Panther 2, but the RU251 blows the socks off of Panther 2. It's way faster, and it has a way better gun. So that leaves the question, well, if it's not a 6.7 tank, what round should I be using? See, the biggest issue, the absolute biggest issue with Hesh on lower caliber guns isn't the fact that it doesn't work, because it'll work. If we look at it, I think it has 102 millimeters of effective thickness penetration. But the thing is, that's it. You can't pen over that. You can't go through more than that. You can't make the shell something it's not. And when you're playing at 6.7 with Hesh, you run into a lot of tanks that have thicker armor than 102 millimeters. Because 6.7 is initially the end of World War II. At the end of World War II, all these countries were just starting to realize that medium tanks might be the way to go. They weren't really thinking in terms of modern tank doctrine. They were thinking more armor, more survivability. Example, like a tank like the Maus. You know, the tank of a Maus is the tank Maus is a byproduct of armor, good gun. You know, and that's what a lot of people thought. So the thing is, when you're playing these other 6.7 tanks in the same tech trees that you'll be facing, let's just say T-44-100, and that's a medium tank, so that's a bad example. Let's look at an IS-3. And you're going to say, well, it's a 7.3. You don't face that a lot. But you do. You do face that a lot. The front thickness is 110. I mean, you're not going to pen the front. You have to hit this driver's hatch, which is like a shot in the dark. You can't pen the lower plate. This is all spaced, so Hesh isn't going to work against this. The side of the turret is nowhere. Right up here is 90. Look at the 90 mil spots. So you can't kill an IS-3 with Hesh from an RU251. But heat will go straight through the front plate. So my advice to people who think that they should use Hesh on the RU251, you're crazy. You're absolutely crazy. It is a terrible decision to do. And you might say, well, it's cheaper to fire and this. If you're playing the RU251 expecting to shoot the cheapest shell possible to maximize how much you'll profit, don't play the RU251. Just play a different tank. Because not only at 6.7 is it faster than all the tanks, not only do you get to the caps before and take points away from your team, but then you're going to be firing Hesh, which is going to get you fucking killed. And you're going to drive me up the wall and countless other German 6.7 players who see their RU251s go and take the spawn points and then shoot IS-3s and not get the pen. And yeah, there are tanks that you can pen. Don't get it wrong. But the thing is, it's just not the best round to use. It's really not. Use heat. There are people on YouTube, Miles, I love you, Miles, but stop telling people to use Hesh all the time. It's very applicable to what situation you're in. Hesh on a 120mm gun is a fantastic idea because not many tanks have more than 152mm of armor anywhere. But Hesh on a 90 mil gun that only has 102 millimeters of effective penetration, you can only kill light tanks. You can only kill lighter armored tanks. It's not worth it. 320 mils of pen, 277 at a 60 degree from any range. Come on, let's be real here. Plus, that's not even factoring in trajectory. So how fast the Hesh drops. It's a very not aerodynamic shell. It drops like a fucking potato. And the RU-251 is a sniper tank, in my opinion. You get into spots before people and snipe. You're not going to be close range dropping Hesh into people. You're going to have to drop Hesh from 1,200 to 1,300 meters. And you're going to see when we play how far that actually is aiming up with the Hesh. So all that being said, now that I've, you know, gave some of my knowledge, Tai Lopez, you guys, stop using Hesh on this fucking tank. I'm going to use Hesh on this tank. Not excited for it. So I don't want any more questions saying, Slick, I'm using Hesh in the RU. How do you use that? Just stop. Just fucking stop. There's got to be a time when you convert to heat in this game. That's the new meta. It's the meta. It's been the meta. So let's take this thing out, Hesh only.